Okay, everyone, welcome back to another Mesh Weekly Technicals. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and the free Telegram group is in the description below. Really advise you to join the free Telegram group. A lot of what we're saying on the Sunday Weekly Technicals, we're addressing again, following up, posting some of the trades. BTC, going on to the monthly quickly, and still very healthy movements, I would say. Like as I said last time, we've broken that key level. We've retested the key level at 25K and had that beautiful break to the upside, facing resistance now at the 30.5K level. And this was something we mentioned last week. I did put a short in. It's slightly in profit, I think about 5% spot in profit. But I am expecting this now to retest down again into the 27, 28K region. I'd like that more to follow like an organic structure of growth. Just going down onto the weekly now, and you can see that big movement that we had the following week. And this week's been pretty slow. We've got weekly closure today. We have had two major swings to the up and the downside. A lot of that was brought on by SEC, some of the spot BTC ETF filings. Whether like everyone has their own conspiracy theory behind this, but maybe it's to buy more time. Obviously, when these things come in, they require a lot of liquidity. And it's been, I think, over 10 years now since the first spot BTC ETF was proposed to the SEC, and that was done by the Winklevoss twins, the two twins involved in the OG Facebook. But yes, so they're pissed off, as most of, I would say, these companies are. But what was interesting out of this was that the large, what we would probably refer to as US government capitalistic players, had their documentation rejected. So interesting to see. I haven't personally dived in to why. Not particularly interested. I just think it's inevitable that this is happening. So I'm not particularly interested in following the day-to-day of it. It's just a matter of when it happens, and we stick to the TA, we follow the charts, and I think if you've followed any of our TA to date, we've been pretty bang on. All right, just quickly going back to the charts here, as you can see on the weekly, low volume, really struggling to close above that level of 30.5K. And I think with today's closure today, that's really what we want to focus on, is closing above that key level. Personally, I don't think so. I think we've had a nice break of this level, huge amounts of volume, and it's time to now retest some of those lower previous resistances as now supports. So as you can see here, that this key level that we broke out prior week at 27.8K, I think would be a perfect level to retest out of. We are in this kind of, most would probably refer to it as an ascending triangle, but flip the opposite. I've noticed there's more probable that it would retest lower boundaries before it goes up. But as you can see, we will move towards this key level if we follow the trend we're doing now. So that would keep the narrative in play that, okay, we'll retest this level at 28K. Kev does this really cool thing, don't you, with how do you use your arrows? Your multi-arrows.
With the polyman down underneath the T, I think it is, underneath the text. But say that. Oh no, I'll have to show you later.
Here, polyline.
Yeah, that's the one. No, go ahead. Path. Yeah, path.
Path.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
the one.
All right, now I'm Kev. I'm gonna make this. All right, so we're gonna retest this key level here at 28K, and you can see. And what's interesting here is that we do have this level at 30.3K, and that's a monthly level. And I think we'll probably bounce significantly between this, given the amount of divergence in the triangle. So just pulling back into the 4 hour as well. Sorry, let me just pull out look on the daily time frame just to see if there's anything we've missed here. Yeah, as I said, look, this is the key level that I'd like to see a retest in. I think this would possibly be the 27.8K is one of the only levels we haven't retested, and it could be the last time that BTC even touches this on a spot level. So those looking to hoard any spot, this is the key macro entry levels. Pulling into the 4 hour just to get an understanding. Look, it's moving in this direction, and we had very little volume today being the weekend. And depending on whether we close above or below this 30.5K level, it will decide whether we spend next week sitting in the upper half of this triangle or the lower half of this ascending triangle. Pay attention to this key level, and that will really determine if we do close above this key level, it will reinforce the short position I've got here. This is what I entered last week, and I'll just extend that out as I am expecting it to reach this level here of around the 28K level. Within this triangle's time span. So we'll leave this short position open there for reference and just see how we respect it. But as you can see, it's beautifully respecting this triangle right now, and that's really what we're playing inside of until we get this clarity. And I think you can see how this perfectly, and I'm a big believer in the convergence of lines. I do believe any movement is more than likely going to happen on the convergence of a horizontal support or resistance. On the 4 hour, we do have a level here at around 29K that we haven't touched. And there's another 4 hour at 28.5K level. So these are 4 hour supports and resistances. As I said, this is a much higher time frame retest that I'd like to just continue that organic growth. But I do believe we'll have some of these intermediary levels at 4 hours, and I'll consider the 4 hour intermediary supports as potential take profits. So TP1, TP2. And I think right now we're looking at about 3 take profits along the way down. And I'll assess the volume as we approach each of those key levels to understand, okay, is it worth me taking profit at this level, or should I hold on? I'll obviously move all my positions into profit as soon as possible. This position actually hasn't been moved. Only reason is it's because it is within this triangle formation with a hard stop of resistance at the 31.3K level. So any risk would be there. And what I'd like to see is really for us to have more of a macro close below this level to reinforce that, okay, this is the space that we're playing in. And then I can feel a lot more secure in moving down that stop loss into profit or into break even. And I think if we let me just oh, we did have a 3-month closure actually. Let me just reset this just to see if there's anything I missed here on the 3 months. No, so very much a mirror of the monthly chart. Nothing really to pay attention here, but that key level is still there where we're confirming. We've had the breakdown confirmation. Oh, zoomed in a bit much there. And it's dependent on really this weekly closure that we've got tonight at 12 p.m., 12 a.m. ETC. So that's BTC for the week. As I said, just pay attention to where the weekly closure is this week. If we are, just to summarize, if we are this side of the line, sorry, just pull out onto the daily, this side of the purple line on 30.5K, we'll play around more in the upper portion of this triangle, where on the lower side we'll go here. Spot positions, if you're looking for entry, we really want to pay attention to more of our macro entry. So 28K is the level that you'd look at to really heavily load up on any spot positions. So that's BTC. Thank you very much. Don't forget Telegram group below, and we'll follow up on this TA in there.
I'm on it.